then where am I at? So is the Tree of Life is that way?
Yep. You're right outside the Mercantile.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to keep it turned. It's barely got the Tree of Life, but it doesn't have you. That's what I'm trying to make sure. Is that going to hurt your back, though? You don't have to lean. I can turn that phone.
No, I'm fine. Because there's enough cord, so.
Okay. Turn it more if it is convenient.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of People Watching Wednesday. We are here live from Disney's Animal Kingdom for the rest of our live streaming for the day. If you were here earlier, you may have noticed that we were at Epcot for about 2 hours, right in front of Spaceship Earth and the entranceway to Epcot. We are now here for the next hour or so, just out front of the Tree of Life's entrance area. For the remaining hour or so, we'll be people watching right here in the main hub of the Tree of Life before you venture off into all the areas. If you're looking at the Tree of Life off to the left.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. Thought you're already gone. Off to the left of the Tree of Life will be your entranceway into the world of Pandora, featuring the attractions Flights of Passage and Na'vi River Journey. Also, off to the left-hand direction, if you were to go in a straight path, you will enter into Africa, home of Kilimanjaro Safaris and Rafiki's Plans Watch, which is actually going to be closing, if not already, for a long refurbishment as they convert most of Rafiki's Plans Watch to Bluey, the famous Walt Disney character on Disney Plus. If you were to go to the Tree of Life and hang to the right, you would go into the former area of Dinoland USA, which will soon be the Tropical Americas, and just beyond that is Asia, featuring Expedition Everest and Kilimanjaro Safaris. Doesn't seem to be a very busy day here in Animal Kingdom, but because we're only here for an hour, and because it's People Watching Wednesday, it's about the only thing that we're going to be doing here today. As I said in the previous live stream, hopefully when I get some better equipment or figure out how the DJI Pocket camera actually works as far as streaming through the phone with that camera, maybe we'll be able to do some more walkthroughs of some of the theme parks. Maybe even some rides if those rides have low wait times. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Lets us know you care. I would say that we are creeping in onto the high today of about 74 degrees here in Animal Kingdom. I no longer am wearing the jacket I was wearing earlier, but there's still some sort of a breeze coming through, which does make the sun bearable for a lot of people. I would say even though it's 74 degrees, it's definitely keeping a cool 74. My wife is on her next hunt for some pin trading here in Animal Kingdom. And I'm here for the ambiance and the sounds, as it sounds like the bulk of Animal Kingdom's crowds are leaving to either have their rest periods or going to any of the other theme parks. Animal Kingdom has always been one of those parks that people start their day off with. They end it early, usually about 1, 2 o'clock they start to funnel out, which is kind of customary to all the theme parks. It's just that Animal Kingdom usually never recovers because it closes the earliest of all the theme parks. Depending on the time of the year, Animal Kingdom can close anywhere between 5 and 6 o'clock. And it's so unfortunate Animal Kingdom does close early because Pandora has some amazing lighting effects that take place that can only be seen in the dark. Because Animal Kingdom closes so early, it's really hard to see what's it called? The blue effects, bioluminescence, I believe it's called. Hopefully that does change though pretty soon. I don't know exactly what they plan on doing with the tropical Americas as far as the animals go. That's one of the reasons why the park does close early, because these animals do have specific schedules that they try to keep the animals in line with. And of course, Africa being probably the most, I would say the most, how do you want to say, cared of area because of the Kilimanjaro Safari. So you don't want to interfere with the natural essence of what the animals do. Another reason why there is no fireworks at Animal Kingdom as well, as to not disturb the animals that aren't used to those loud noises. There's also a lot of other general rules. There are no balloons sold here in Animal Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom was actually the first park to actually start selling paper straws. And I guess you could say they initiated the no straw, no lid policy on their beverages that now I believe all Disney World parks are abiding by. Also, as a quick heads up as well, one thing I didn't take into notion when doing 2 live streams today is the battery powers. One of my fuel rods apparently did not have much life left. So we're running on 1 fuel rod and what's ever left of my phone battery. The fuel rod's actually plugged into the gimbal to make sure that the gimbal stays straight and narrow. So this will basically be either streaming for 1 hour or until technology quits on me, whichever comes first. Once again, if you are new here or if you're returning, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not. I've just now gotten the Beverly taste out of my mouth. If you were here earlier, we did a live stream from Epcot where we did the Epcot challenge. That happens every time we're at Epcot, I do an Epcot challenge, which as of right now is 2 cups of Beverly for every 10 likes on that video. We successfully got just over 10 likes, which gave me 2 cups of the most disgusting beverage in the world. But I'm a glutton for punishment. No challenges today in Pandora. We have not found any, I should say, complimentary challenges to do here. That's one of the reasons why the Epcot Beverly Challenge is one thing I could do, is because it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything to do the Beverly. Now, of course, once our channel starts to rolling and we do have some outside support, then obviously giveaways and other challenges will be able to be done more often. Doesn't seem to be too busy right now. Like I said, this is that calming time where people are going to start fading out of Animal Kingdom. They're either going to be going to Magic Kingdom or Epcot for some of the later activities. Hollywood Studios is probably also a good option because of Fantasmic later on tonight. I don't know if they're having 2 shows of Fantasmic or not. And of course, the Tree of Life, which you're probably looking at you might have a small glimpse of the Tree of Life in the background there. The home of the new Zootopia shows. Zootopia, what is it called? Together? I already forgot. Hasn't been the talk of the town. It's actually been had a lot of criticism since its opening date not that long ago. Many people were just a little sour that it's Tough to Be a Bug did leave after a very long run. Tough to Be a Bug being one of the opening day attractions in the Tree of Life. Something that Animal Kingdom has always been known for the most part, is having attractions predate the movies that it represents. Of course, it's Tough to Be a Bug, which opened up the theme park back in 1998, and the film didn't actually come until, I believe, 1999. And then, of course, what is no longer here, Dinosaur, the former Countdown to Extinction, which, again, opening day attraction, was here in 1998. Which was the prelude to the actual movie called Dinosaur, which came to theaters in the year 2000. And which also brought the name change from Countdown to Extinction to Dinosaur. Sponsored by McDonald's at one point in time. Now it is erased from existence as it makes way for the new Indiana Jones attraction and the rest of the Tropical Americas that should be opening up at least, I believe, in 2027. Of course, the last part of the Dinoland area was Dinosaur, which closed just about a month ago, just over, oh yeah, a bit over a month ago. I should say, actually, it was earlier this month, I do believe. And typically a large refurbishment, it's basically a refurbishment. They're not demolishing, they're just kind of repurposing the building, repurposing the track. It's actually an identical track to the Indiana Jones attraction out there in Disneyland, which is exactly what is going to be here, just a different rendition of it. So because there's not going to be any huge major changes to the track and the layout, it's basically just a large refurb, which for the most part could take anywhere from about 14 to 18 months. If I know anything about sometimes the schedule of Disney, even though it is a large overhaul, it does have a good quick turnaround. I actually, I kind of expect, let's see, I think it closed February. I actually expect it to be pretty much done by next February, January, February, maybe even March. And then they'll start doing as they call test and adjust, where they start to kind of rework it, make sure that everything is in sync. Then you'll start seeing cast member previews, followed by media events, annual pass holders, and then the occasional soft opening before the attraction actually reopens.
Oh, I see shade. You see shade?
Once again, as always, if you are new here and if you're coming back and joining again, go ahead and smash that like button. Give it a big thumbs up. We're here, People Watching Wednesday, for the next hour or so as my wife Pin trades around Animal Kingdom. Not the spot that I originally thought we were going to have, but all the seated spots were taken. So we got the closest one as to not to take up too much time. We're only going to be here for about another hour, hour and a half before we have to leave Animal Kingdom. And as you could probably see and as I can hear, the crowd is probably thinning out as most people are done with Animal Kingdom for the day. Animal Kingdom usually is one of the first parks to open, generally opening around 7 a.m., maybe 8 a.m., depending on the time of year. People usually flock to this park first when they're doing their park hopping, or a lot of times if they're only doing one park per day, they'll get this done real quick. Of course, Flights of Passage probably already still holding about it. Probably, if I had to guess, even without even being over there, Flights of Passage probably has like if I had to guess, 75-minute wait. Maybe someone in the chat can check out the My Disney Experience and let me know if I'm right or wrong. I'm predicting Animal Kingdom's Flights of Passage with a 75-minute wait at this point in time.
We're just gonna stop at Rainforest Cafe on the way out.
It did seem a little bit quiet as we walked in as well. It sounded like the security checkpoints were very, very fluent. No issues there. Getting into the park was not hard at all. It seemed as if all the turnstiles were readily available. Fun memory of Animal Kingdom back in my younger days with my dad. This was always the first of our 4-park adventure. My dad was notorious for going all 4 parks in one day. We never took our time. Something that I have now embraced so much in my adult life. But yes, it would be the first park we would get to at 7 o'clock in the morning. This is before there was a Flights of Passage. Back in those days, the only thing that was available was Dinosaur and Kilimanjaro Safaris. I don't even think Expedition Everest wasn't even built until 2005 or 6. And at that point, I was no longer going to Florida on a normal basis. So back in between 1998 and 2000, my adventures of Animal Kingdom was very brief. There wasn't too much to do in Animal Kingdom, so we were usually done with Animal Kingdom about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then we'd head on over to either Epcot or Magic Kingdom, depending on which park we wanted to spend most time in for the rest of the day. Yeah. And that's kind of how I've always valued the Animal Kingdom park. Animal Kingdom to me should always be one of the first stops that you make as to brace yourself for the rest of the Walt Disney World stay. Most people like to do Magic Kingdom first, and I always try to tell people, don't do the Magic Kingdom first, because then the other parks might seem a little underwhelming because there's not as much to do as far as attractions go. Especially now with the right half of the right half of Animal Kingdom being under construction with the Tropical Americas. And for those of you who remember the hype around one of the newest additions to Animal Kingdom at some point last year was Bosco, the tiger. He is thriving. He's actually recently, from what I understand, has been recently separated from his mom, as he now has his own habitat. From what I understand, he is a beast of a baby now, as most tigers usually get to be. If anybody remembers, we actually had, I think we did a live stream some time ago, and we also have the Maharaja Jungle Trek, which is where you can find Bosco. We actually have a walkthrough about 8 months ago. I believe Bosco was just a small cub with his mom and in their own enclosure. Excuse me. Bosco, of course, overshadowing some of the most recent births. I believe there was like a baby zebra, baby giraffe over there in the Kilimanjaro Safari that was also new over the last couple of years. And of course, if you didn't miss it, Rafiki's Planet Watch is due to have a refurbishment coming up soon, as they're making way for them. If you remember, Rafiki's Planet Watch was also home of the affection section, which was the petting zoo, where you could see some goats, some sheep, a pig, and a cow. They will all be relocated as they are making way for Bluey and his family. I believe that the train and the most part of Rafiki's Planet Watch will be closed. Don't really know exactly what the timeline is for that, but I also find it interesting too, because at the same time there's going to be some newer updates. Again, if you haven't heard the recent announcements, the animation courtyard is getting their remodel. Launch Bay the Star Wars Launch Bay area is officially closing down, and they're going to be bringing back the animation studio with apparently a very pricey animatronic that will teach you how to draw. A little bit bittersweet on that one, because we actually know of somebody that did the actual animation studio that was held at Rafiki's Planet Watch at one point in time. It's kind of alarming to know that his job is being replaced with an animatronic, so to speak. Let's do some quick reminiscing of Animal Kingdom, because a lot of things about Animal Kingdom didn't last long at all. I remember being here during the opening year of Animal Kingdom, and even at that time, there were several things that had already closed. If anybody does remember, coming here opening day, there was a actual raft ride around the Tree of Life. It was actually like a transportation type of ride that takes you from one part of the park to the other. That one did not have a very long shelf life at all. It was closed before I even got to experience Animal Kingdom for the first time. There have been some videos back in the past, the early remnants of that particular raft ride. Very similar to the Jungle Cruise. You actually got to see some animals that are around the Tree of Life as well. Now a lot of those stations were the housing of some of the popular meet and greets, as they usually do. And of course, I find it amazing going on social media and people that still don't even know the story behind Animal Kingdom, and how if you ever go to the Animal Kingdom, the entranceway features the heads of an elephant, a dinosaur, and a dragon. And many people still wonder why there were so many references to dragon in Animal Kingdom logos and apparel. And that was simply because Animal Kingdom was originally supposed to get a mythical creatures land. Now there's various stories as to why they didn't complete the land, but long story short, it ended up going to an area called Camp Mini Mickey, which was basically just a large area for meet and greets, and I believe there's a Tarzan show that was there. That soon closed down for the first incarnation of the Festival of the Lion King, before they originally decided to get rid of Camp Mini Mickey altogether. Festival of the Lion King decided to move over to a newer area over there by Africa to make way for Pandora, the world of Avatar, to be in the place of where Camp Mini Mickey is. The story behind the mythical creatures is, well, there's been a couple stories. One was that they basically ran out of money. That's a little bit more believable because for anybody that has ridden the dinosaur attraction that used to be here, a lot of that attraction was very much kept in the dark because apparently they didn't have the budget to give it the elaborate theming inside that they wanted to. That's why it's such a dark ride. And with the rumor of them running out of basically funding or not having the or not wanting to put any more money into it, the Mythical Creatures project got axed. The co-creators of the area ended up getting a job with Universal's counterpart over there, Islands of Adventure, where the rumor is that they helped create the Lost Continent, which opened up in 1999 for Universal Studios. So the timeline makes sense, but then, of course, you know, how much of that is really true because of how close those two theme parks opened up. Animal Kingdom opening up on Earth Day in 1998, and Islands of Adventure, I believe, opened up the following year, 1999. Another old-time feature, even though I know it's not Thursday, but I still like to have my little throwbacks. If anybody remembers, one of the original concepts of the Kilimanjaro Safari the story was that there were poachers on the safari area, on the safari grounds, and you had to keep your eye out for the poachers, in which they were trying to hunt down an elephant. And one of the earliest renditions of the attraction did have let's just say they had a depiction of a elephant that had been killed by poachers. That was a little disturbing for a lot of people, so they decided to take out that element of that part of the attraction out. Fun fact, if you've ever been on the Jungle Cruise recently, the backside of the elephant there's a section just after the Jungle Cruise temple scene where you'll see some playful elephants and they're playing with a elephant's backside sticking out of the bushes. That backside was actually the backside that was used to replicate the death of an elephant on the Kilimanjaro Safari. And then from that point on, from Kilimanjaro Safari, you actually see the poachers. They're driving away in a high-speed truck. Your driver of your vehicle actually chases the truck down, where they find the baby elephant that they kidnapped with a cast member as part of the theming. Of course, a lot of controversy behind the whole storyline of it. I think that Disney wanted to take a lighter approach to it, in which they've eliminated the poachers altogether, including the animatronic Jeep.
That's the exit, so.
And of course, for those people who remember the Kilimanjaro so firmly as I do, there was one section of the Kilimanjaro Safari that had a unique radio station that played. I don't really recall exactly when they took that out, but it has not been there for at least the last, I would say, 13 years that I've been in and around the company. But I would pretty much guarantee that if you were to go onto fastfastradio.com, you might be able to find some of that hidden soundtrack from some of your favorite Walt Disney World attractions and or back areas, ambiance areas.
Steps 11,684.
Once again, I appreciate everybody that comes into the chat, everybody that comes into the video, gives it a big thumbs up. It helps us keep up with the algorithm for the most part. We are very sporadic in how we do our live streams, but for today and for some other future videos, this will be what you'll be seeing, is some people watching, enjoying some of the ambiance, copyright permitted. As I said in the previous live stream with our Beverly challenge that we had earlier, I would like to better our equipment so that maybe I could be more hands-free, so I could actually tag along with my wife without having to worry about hitting people with the gimbal. There's been a couple times I've had some head-on collisions, people running into me with the gimbal. If I can just get like a shoulder mount or some type of harness that allows me to be hands-free, that would also help if we ever do decide to get on some rides, do some POVs early in the morning. As the weather starts to get warmer, we may try to hit up the parks a little earlier in the day. I didn't move to Florida for cold air, so I don't do well with the cold. And when we get the kids ready for school and get them going, it was only about 37, 38 degrees this morning. So let's just say I didn't move to Florida to have to go outside and start the car 10 minutes before we leave. That is the circumstance that we've had over the last couple of days. We've had a very strange winter for all my time being in Florida. I mean, I remember there being cold days, but we've had quite a number of succession of cold days for the last year or so. Temperatures dropping down to the 30s. We actually had some freeze warnings a couple weeks ago, where the temperatures got down as low as the 20s, and with the wind chill, it was single digits for a lot of places in Florida. It's something that Floridians or people who've been in Florida long enough are not used to. Don't even have the clothes to comprehend that. And we did have another couple days of a cold spell starting on Monday. I think Sunday we were at 77, then Monday was a high of 58. Tuesday it only got up to 60. Today we're climbing back up into the 70, 74 I think is the high today, which we should be reaching right about now. And then we should be back into our 80s by the weekend. Hopefully that'll be the last cold spell that we have. Even though I believe they said the groundhog did predict 6 more weeks of winter. I rebuke that. Now there is sometimes a late burst of people coming to Animal Kingdom. Maybe they're not done for the day, but they want to get that last minute ride in. Usually around later parts of the day, you can always get on Everest, probably multiple times, depending on the wait time. It does tend to slow down and back off once you get to that 3 o'clock hour. Not that many newer people coming in. Usually it's people that are returning for the remainder of the day. I sometimes have to remember not everybody is a park hopper. So some people will come to Animal Kingdom for the morning. They'll take their their naps, come back about 3, 4 o'clock in the evening to get in some last minute rides, maybe even some meals. Animal Kingdom does have some unique and different restaurants that are very enjoyable. We're actually big fans of the Yak and Yeti, the quick service and the sit down, which ironically enough are not Disney property. They're actually a third party with the Landry's company, the same company that owns the Rainforest Cafe, which is just outside of the Animal Kingdom Park. There's also a location at Jesus Springs, and they also run the T-Rex restaurant at Jesus Springs. And if you're fans of Universal Studios, Landry's also owns and operates the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company over there at City Walk. Other than that, the only sit-down restaurant available in Animal Kingdom is Tiffin's, which is located just over to the left of the Tree of Life, going towards Pandora, the world of Avatar. Tiffin's is a sit-down restaurant, and the Nomad Lounge is the bar, which has a small assortment of menu items as well. Other than that, everything is a quick service option. Of course, Flame Tree Barbecue. If you're looking at the Tree of Life right now, just off to the right is Flame Tree Barbecue. Good little barbecue spot. Very simple. They've changed their menu. They've recently changed their menu, not to my liking in a sense as far as sides go, but still a good option. Restaurantosaurus was the other quick service located in the former Dinoland, but that is now closed to make room for, of course, Tropical Americas. However, you can get the basic menu items of hamburgers, hot dogs, and such located now in Africa at the Harambe Market, located in the back of Africa, just to the side of Kilimanjaro Safari. But Animal Kingdom also has a great, unique assortment of quick service snacks. Some of those items located again to the left and the right side of the Tree of Life. We've actually had a very good street taco at one of the local locations. Highly recommend trying all the options here at Animal Kingdom. Even though we have not yet, there are still plenty of options for us to try. But I'm not really that adventurous. And I take that back, I lied. There's actually one more sit-down restaurant located in Africa. It's actually the All You Care to Enjoy buffet, character dining of Tusker House. Very large assortment of food. I have not yet been there because, again, like I said, I'm not really that adventurous with my food options. They have a lot of African treats at the Tusker House. I know that a lot of people rave about Animal Kingdom and Animal Kingdom Lodge's food options. They are a very different taste. I actually remember having an African dish from the Harambe Market. It was actually a rice bowl. It wasn't bad. I'm very open about my food choices. It's not something that I would get again, but it's not something I would say was completely horrible. Someone would have a taste for it. Oh, already?
Just checking on you.
Huh?
I'm just checking on you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go one more place.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back.
All right. Like I said, I'll be doing some more research to see what else I could do as far as maybe being more hands-free with some of our equipment. I try to do as much as I can, being the fact that I am blind, trying to navigate through YouTube as best as I can on my own. Of course, if you see the lovely thumbnails, those are the creations of my wife. And of course, the positioning of the camera also can only be done by my wife. Unless people in the chat, I have had a couple of live streams where people in the chat have told me to turn the camera in a certain direction. So that's been very helpful. There was actually one point I was handling the camera on my own, sitting in the middle of the hub area in front of Cinderella Castle. The show started, and based off of the proximity of the speakers, I actually pointed the camera directly center right where it needed to be. Kudos to me on that one. And as the crowds do start to dissipate here at Animal Kingdom, I do believe when we came in, I always forget the name of the band. There's a band that plays right across from Flame Tree Barbecue. I believe they were just finishing up that set. I don't know if they'll be coming out again because, like I said, this park does close earliest. I don't know if it closes at 5 or 6 today. But either way it goes, you'll start to see a lot of the last remnants of cast members doing their last shifts for the day. Some of the animals do start to, I don't want to say, they're put into their areas probably about 4 or 5 o'clock to do their routines for the evening. We'll probably only be live here just for a few more minutes. It wasn't intended to be a very long live stream. We're just here, people watching Wednesday as people are leaving Animal Kingdom. Very small amount of people are probably trickling in to enjoy some of the last minute rides that they can get on. I would imagine at this point in time, Expedition Everest may have a small wait time. Cali River Rapids also may have a small wait time. Probably the longest wait time is still going to be Flights of Passage over there at the World of Pandora. I'm sorry, it should be It's Pandora, the World of Avatar. I always get that confused. Flights of Passage being the e-ticket attraction as of right now, probably the top tier attraction in all of Animal Kingdom, was a very heavily favored ride for a lot of people since its opening back in 2017. I think it's definitely taken a step down now because Guardians of the Galaxy, I would expect Guardians of the Galaxy is now holding the new #1 spot. I would say for the longest time, it was a race between Flights of Passage and Hollywood Studios' Rise of the Resistance attraction, being the two top favorite rides in Disney World. But I think that because Rise of the Resistance does go through a lot of breakdowns, and Rise of the Resistance did leave a foul taste in a lot of people's mouths because of how hard it was to get onto that attraction. Flights of Passage always carried the #1 spot until, of course, just after the pandemic, 2022, I believe it was, when the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind opened up at Epcot. I think that for a lot of people, that ride is #1, and it will stay #1 for a long time, at least for the next year or so, because my prediction is that the much anticipated Indiana Jones attraction here at Animal Kingdom will definitely take over people's #1 spots. I know it will for me. Oh yes, Reed. Yeah, it was didn't take too long at all. I think it was going to take a little bit longer. I think we are going to take a little bit more of a break, but it was real smooth getting in Animal Kingdom. We got here about, I would say we actually got here about 1:30ish coming in. I should say into the parking lot. We actually got set up probably about just after 2 o'clock. Security was smooth. Getting into the park was smooth, and as you can tell, I mean, I can even tell right now it's very quiet. A lot of the people are starting to creep on out of here. Like I said earlier, Animal Kingdom is one of those parks where people come here earlier in the day. If they're not park hopping, they're going to be here till about 1, 2 o'clock. Then they'll all start to phase out as they go either get something to eat, take a rest, go swimming. That's kind of a traditional thing here for people who come to Disney World. That 1 to 3 o'clock hour is where you see a lot of that transfer of people who are leaving, either taking their breaks or they're going to other theme parks. And of course, with Animal Kingdom probably closing the earliest of all the theme parks, a lot of people are going to take that break, and if anything, they're going to enjoy the evening at either Studios, Epcot, or Magic Kingdom. Because again, those other three parks do have nighttime activities, including the fireworks and other stage show adaptations. Animal Kingdom does not have that. They used to do a show on the Tree of Life. I don't think they do that anymore. And of course, the Rivers of Light, which was their evening show, they stopped doing that before the pandemic.
It's good enough to try. Are they in there? Totally came out a different.
Simply here just for the people watching, taking in the ambiance. As you can tell by this music is also, you also find this music played at Epcot. Somewhere in the UK pavilion, they sometimes play this. This music actually gives me a, what they call Robin Hood, Sherwood Forest type of vibe. My wife making a couple more final stops on her pin trading adventure. Again, because this park is getting a little bit quieter, it's probably a lot easier to navigate through the parks and get to those pin spots. Especially because some of our favorite pin stations I have closed because they were located in the dinosaur area. Which again, as I said earlier, is closed down for the next year or so as they prepare for the Tropical Americas. From what I understand, someone reported, I think it was WDW News Today, reported not that long ago that the Encanto attraction has gone vertical. For those of you who don't know, that just basically means that the bulk of the work has been done. They're now working on the structure of the building so they can really start to work on the interior of the rides. I don't think that the dinosaur attraction will take very long to switch over, since it is just basically an overhaul of the interior and exterior without any major changes being done. Like I said, typical refurbishments like that will probably take about 14, 18 months total, but you will probably start seeing or hearing rumors of soft openings at least by next year. I would pretty much say by March of next year, you'll probably hear some rumblings of some soft openings. Of course, they'll be doing some tests and adjusting, and then the cast members will get their ability seeking the ride first. Hopefully that I will be fortunate enough to still be with the company that long, or if I'll be returning to the company at that time. I even think that the Wilderness Explorers, which is a fun little exhibit for kids to do, as they get to walk around Animal Kingdom and collect different stamps of different animals that they observe and learn about. That actually usually is set up somewhere on the right side of me, off to the other side. I do believe they're even done for the day. Just be forewarned, if you are planning on coming on a Disney vacation, make sure you check all the time guides. Ask around, see what things are going to be different. There are sometimes that some places do close early, depending on park hours. One of the biggest complaints sometimes has been lack of food options, either early in the morning or later in the evening as parks start to close. Food options do close a little bit earlier than that, or have delayed openings. I would say right now, Animal Kingdom, if you'll notice, there are booths all around Animal Kingdom, little small booths. They're usually very late to open unless they serve breakfast, and they'll usually be the first ones to close. So if you're one of those people who like to come to Animal Kingdom sometime after 4 o'clock, maybe even after 3, make sure that you've either eaten before you've visited, or that you're subjected to the few locations that will be available. Also be forewarned, I should admit to this too, because I will probably not know what I'm doing. You might accidentally see a live stream pop up as I play with the camera here in the future. So don't be alarmed if you see a live stream pop up and then immediately go away. That'll probably be just me. I'll probably even put testing in the title so that you're fully aware that I will not be engaging with anything. I will be just coming on and realize that I did something wrong and then turning it right back off. Also, I'll be trying to figure out how to push the channel out to more people. Because we do get a lot of positive feedback on some of the videos that we've had done in the past, especially our ambiance. People do like ambiance. I would like to do them longer. I just don't know if people want to have the audience for that. We've seen other people, do simpler videos just like ours, but they already have a huge following already. I'm hoping to get to that point as well, to show people sides of the parks that you probably would never hear or discuss. And we're not ones that are afraid of controversy. If there's ever something that people want to get off their chest about their Disney vacation, this is also a good spot for that. I know a lot of people don't like to talk negative when they come to Disney. I'm not going to say it's going to have to be negative, but it's going to have to be realistic. We did have a strange encounter yesterday as we were driving along Disney property. This is something that we've seen a lot of in Florida, so it's something I'm not surprised at, but it's still kind of like the audacity, as my wife says, that people do the things that they do. The gentleman basically made a U-turn from a lane that you shouldn't make a U-turn from, basically crossing in front of us. Is that Kevin? Also be aware sometimes too, with our live stream, you do hear some choice language from people in the background. That's why whenever I hear someone say something that's inappropriate, I always try to say the following live stream is rated PG-13 for coarse language. This video is also being brought to you live from the Animal Kingdom's Oasis area, right in front of the Tree of Life, as we are people watching Wednesday, as the last remnants of people that have enjoyed their day are trickling out, getting ready for some rest and some dinner. And then a small number of people will probably be coming in to take advantage of some of the low wait times that happen towards the end of the day. And I would like to be one of the people to say, I'm probably one of the few people that say this, because most bloggers won't say this. They'll actually encourage the opposite. As a cast member, I will never encourage people to jump into lines of their favorite attractions before park closing. I always think of it as this: if the park closes in X amount of time, then the wait time should be no longer than that. So for example, if the park closes at 15 minutes, if the wait time is less than 15 minutes, feel free. But I will never encourage people to jump in a line that has, if it says it's like if the park closes in 10 minutes and you're looking at a 45-minute wait, I don't encourage that at all. I understand that it's the rule of thumb. As long as the park is open, you are able to get into the queue. But I think that not just for the sake of the cast members that want to go home, it's also for the sake of the attraction, because maintenance for these attractions cannot start until the park is actually clear of guests. Fun fact. So one of the biggest things people complain about is the rides, the attractions always breaking down. Well, one of the biggest reasons why the attractions break down is because there's not enough time in between to do basic maintenance. These attractions do not close 100%. As soon as the park is clear, an overnight crew comes in and makes proper adjustments, tests the attraction to make sure that it is working properly to start the next day. Some of the attractions do not stop at all. Or if they do, they get a small break in between. Again, like I said, usually waiting for park to clear before overnight maintenance can come in and do their checks before they start the grueling schedule all over again. So just be aware that just because the park is open at 6 or 8 or 10 or 11 or whatever, you have the ability of getting on that attraction at any given time, but just be aware that that's just as long as it takes for that attraction to actually get the rest that it needs. At the same time, too, I'll be the first one to tell you that sometimes attractions wait times are overinflated, whether to scare you away from boarding the attraction or to get you to buy lightning lanes. There's been countless people that have recorded wait times being substantially lower than what's been posted. I could contest for that for a fact. Going into some attractions that have 45-minute wait times, literally only waiting 20 minutes. That is the gamble that you take. But on most occasions, for some top-tier attractions, for instance, even here with Flights of Passage, if Flights of Passage is posted a 65-minute wait and the park closes in 10 minutes, there's a good chance that that ride will probably be all of 40 minutes. And again, if you enjoy anything that you've been seeing today, People Watching Wednesdays, as we're wrapping up Animal Kingdom here. Many people are leaving Animal Kingdom to end the day. Not exactly sure exactly when the park closes, but between 1 and 3 o'clock is generally the time that people transition from one park to the other. Unlike Animal Kingdom, where most people will just be leaving for the day. Many people that are coming in are just coming in to take advantage of some of the low wait times for some of the other popular attractions, Expedition Everest, Kilimanjaro Safaris, and of course, Kali River Rapids if you're brave enough. And for some people, they don't mind waiting the 45, 50 minutes that Flights of Passage is probably going to be posting here for the next hour or so as the park opens. We'll be wrapping up the live stream as soon as my wife gets back from her pin trading, as we do have to get our little ones who are at track practice. Another wonderful after-school activity that they decided to get involved in, weather permitting and attitudes permitting. One of the biggest reasons why we're able to come into the parks and be here after 2 o'clock is because of the after-school activities that our kids have decided to embark on. Hopefully we'll be able to do that for the foreseeable future. As I said, I will be either streaming here for the next 20 minutes or so, or until the devices quit on me. My phone battery power is probably running on very low right now, but that's fine. Because I did not intend on being here at Animal Kingdom very long at all anyway. Okay. Find anything good?
Yeah, I did. It's 306.
306?
Yeah.
And they get out at 4?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I can wrap this up here.
Huh?
So I can wrap this up here in a few.
Okay.
Because it's pretty calm, right? Because it sounds like it's dead.
There's a lot of people.
Oh, there is?
There are a lot of people, yeah.
Oh. I mean, it sounds like it sounds like the park is closed. That's how
Oh.
quiet it is over here.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna be wrapping up today's video. Yeah, it does not. Now, to me, it doesn't sound very busy at all. But obviously, I'm way off. As my wife did inform me that there is quite a few people, so you guys have probably a better visual, obviously, than I ever will. Once again, if you did not know, I am a blind YouTuber. My vision has basically been gone since 2021, actually.
I just got a baby Moana for Calypso.
Oh.
My god, I got trivia. It was trivia.
Oh, what was the trivia question?
What's the only princess that kisses the villain?
The only princess that kisses. Oh, Jasmine.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I will have you know.
Uh huh.
You are going to be so proud of me.
Okay.
My trivia question a while ago was, what was dinosaur before it was called dinosaur?
Uh huh. I hope you would remember because I
Shut
talk
up.
about it so much.
Don't say that. Say good job, babe.
Yeah, good job. You listen to me for once.
Yeah. Shocking.
It's always the unimportant information
Right, that
that
is
everyone's doing.
100%.
Who was it sponsored by back in the day?
Well, I know this isn't the answer, but everything used to be sponsored by Siemens.
Well, that sounds dirty.
Everything used to be sponsored by Siemens. Remember?
Well, yeah, but it was only really Spaceship Earth and a few other.
No,
well,
like-
Epcot. A lot of things at
it
Epcot
was
were Siemens.
Epcot stuff.
McDonald's.
It was Kodak. Wait,
McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's.
That's why they
that
had the
makes
red,
sense, yeah.
yellow, and
Yeah.
white pipes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they used to serve McDonald's fries at
Yes.
Restaurantosaurus.
I remember.
All right, so with that being said, we are going to end this people watching a live stream. Hopefully, any of you have liked and subscribed if you did tune in just for a check-in. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. Hopefully, they're not all the same people. To subscribe to the channel. And we will see you next time on This Time.
I should show up for the whole thing and then